Welcome back. In this video for PowerPoint Chapter 2, we're going to cover a few snippets of Skills 3, 4, and 5. Skill 3 is really just about changing font colors and effects, which we've done 1,000 times since the beginning of the course. The only thing I want to remind you here is when you're formatting in PowerPoint, it's best to click on the outside box of the placeholder rather than selecting the text like this. So you want to click on the outside box. That's the most effective way. And also remind you that over here is our font color, right? And keep in mind that this is the blue-gray accent 6, and then these are the percentages that go along with it. So if they want you to pick just the actual one, you want to be at the top of the theme color. If you are not seeing the correct color when you browse your way across these theme colors, you want to double check that you have the correct theme selected. Okay? All right, so Skills 4, 5, and 6 focus on the background. So here you can see our theme, right? I have this background texture in the background, which is like a wooden plank, right? That's all the background of this particular slide. So what we want to do here is we want to go over to the Design tab because that's where we selected the theme originally. And we're going to come over here and we're going to click on this Format Background. Okay, I'm actually going to close that out. And so watch, when I click Format Background, you see that that pane opens. I had it open previous to coming into this video, which is why you saw it there, okay? So you have a couple different options here under Fill. You could change it to Solid Fill, which would just change the background to a set color. You could change it to Gradient Fill, which we'll see in a little bit. That allows you to do a selection of different colors, okay? But what we're going to do for this particular one, well, actually, let's do Gradient Fill now. So we'll click on Gradient Fill. And you'll see that when you pick Gradient Fill, what it does is it has these preset gradients that are available to you. And again, these are all based on the particular theme. So you want to pick exactly whatever one grader or whatever program tells you to pick. Okay, so I'm going to go with that one. So the other thing that you notice, this looks a little weird now, right? Because I picked this Gradient Fill where it has this blue background. It doesn't really go with this wooden plank, but I can't seem to click on this wooden plank. I also can't seem to click on this logo, right? Because these are actually part of the background of the slide. So if you notice over here in the Format Background pane, do you see this little Hide Background Graphics checkbox? If you uncheck that, keep an eye on this wooden plank and this logo. Watch, when you uncheck that, they'll go away, right? So it's just a matter of clicking, not clicking. So they're part of the theme, which is why they're there. But you can hide them if you check that Hide Background Graphics. Okay, so now we're going to go down to slide 5. Okay, and in this case, I decided that I want to do the format background, but I have the picture or texture fill, but this time selected, right? And so you can see here, when you have that selected, you have a few different options. You can do Insert Picture From, and you can pick a particular file, okay? You could do Clipboard and take something from your clipboard, or you could do sort of online. But we're going to insert a picture from a file. So we're going to go to File, and then I decide I'm going to pick this Script Data 4. That looks like a nice background for a slide. So I'm going to click Insert, okay? And again, I see the issue here with my thing, so I'm going to hide my background graphics. So there I have my picture as my background, okay? But it's a little hard to see my text, right? So I decide I'm going to increase the transparency of this, okay? So that you can see the background sort of gets more transparent. And so I'll set it, that's fine, 50%, 50%. So still a little hard to read, but you get the general gist there, that you can put a picture in the background, and then you can set the transparency to be a little bit less. Okay, let's see, is there anything else I wanted to do for this particular one? I think the only other thing I would cover here is, let me go to slide 3. So we showed how you could do a picture background, right? But we didn't talk about the texture one. So if you want to do a texture, you have to come down here, because this row here is about pictures. This here is texture. So if you click on this, you can see that you can pick a variety of different textures. So it doesn't really matter which one I pick. I guess I can go with granite. Of course, you know, your typical PowerPoint presentation wouldn't be this different backgrounds of every slide. I'm only doing this to show you the difference between them. So I'm going to pick granite here, and you can see how it changes the background of that slide. Again, if I want to make this wooden piece go away, I can just hit Hide Background Graphics. And so that's how you can select a texture background for your slide. Okay, so I think that's everything I wanted to cover for Skills 3, 4, and 5.